What if empire building in the 21st century isn't about borders, flags, or armies, but about algorithms, surveillance, and billion-dollar bets? And what if one man has been building that empire hidden in plain sight? Not with soldiers, but with real estate takeovers, record security, a $300 million mega yacht, and a billion-dollar AI hiring war. His name is Mark Zuckerberg, and this is his empire mode. Before we follow the money, let's start with the heat. On January 31, 2024, during a U.S. Senate Judiciary Committee hearing, Zuckerberg faced families alleging social media harms to kids. Senator Josh Hawley confronted Mark Zuckerberg with whistleblower data showing that 37% of teenage girls aged 13 to 15 were exposed to unwanted nudity in a week on Instagram, and asked the direct question, "Who did you fire?"
37% of teenage girls between 13 and 15 were exposed to unwanted nudity in a week on Instagram. You knew about it. Who did you fire?
Senator, I don't think that's...
Who did you fire?
I'm not going to answer that.
Because you didn't fire anybody, right? You didn't take any significant
I don't think
action.
It's appropriate to talk about
It's not appropriate.
HR decisions.
You've got families from across the nation whose children are either severely harmed or gone, and you don't think it's appropriate to talk about steps that you took?
Pressed by Senator Josh Hawley, Zuckerberg apologized to the families of victims in attendance. While Zuckerberg's words marked a rare moment of vulnerability, you can't help but wonder, was it genuine remorse, or just another move in the empire's playbook? Rewind to Harvard in February 2004, 19-year-old Mark Zuckerberg coded the Facebook in 2 weeks at his dorm room in Kirkland House. What started as a college experiment would soon evolve into one of the most controversial and powerful empires in human history. His strategy was simple: ship fast, break things, apologize later. And with each scandal, each apology, his empire only grew stronger. Because for Zuckerberg, blame and power come as a package deal, and he's always willing to carry both. Phones were the empire's first ocean. Now it's glasses. Meta has burned billions chasing AR wearables, glasses that see what you see, hear what you hear, and whispers to you.
This is Orion, our first fully functioning prototype, and the most advanced glasses the world has ever seen.
We are talking about real-time translations and AI companions in your field of view. But this isn't just about replacing your phone. It's about replacing reality itself. The bet is that someday, Zuckerberg won't just own the apps on your phone. He'll own the lenses through which you see the world. And if he owns your vision, how much of your perception still belongs to you? Empires need land, castles, strongholds, territory, and Zuckerberg has been quietly amassing it on both land and sea. In Palo Alto's Crescent Park, he's spent over $110 million since 2011, merging properties into a walled estate. Neighbors say the city's been feckless. Reports also say the estate hosts a private school, its legality disputed, that serves the family. In March 2025, he was a mystery buyer of a $23 million mansion near the White House. Meta says it's to spend more time on tech policy in the Capitol. But a top DC broker calls it the ultimate bow to the man in the White House. Then there's Kauai. Since 2014, Zuckerberg's footprint has stretched across nearly 1,400 acres. Mansions totaling 57,000 square feet. And beneath it all, a 5,000 square foot underground bunker. A modern fortress. But the locals see it differently. There were petitions accusing him of colonizing Kauai, backlash over walls cutting through ancestral land, and workplace tragedies, including the death of a guard in 2019. In December 2018 and January 2019, Mark Zuckerberg quietly acquired 2 estates on the west shore of Lake Tahoe, Carousel and Brushwood, for a total of $59 million. The land grab was shrouded in secrecy and non-disclosure agreements. And then, on water, a $300 million superyacht called Launchpad. Research shows superyachts are among the most carbon-intensive assets on Earth, emitting thousands of tons of CO2 into the atmosphere each year. And around it all, Meta spent over $27 million in 2024 on Zuckerberg's personal security and related protection programs, including residential security and secure travel. This is empire defense. Zuckerberg spars on mats, showing up masked to compete in jiu-jitsu tournaments. He posts about historic moments, even calling Trump's recovery after being shot one of the most badass things he has ever seen, then insists he won't endorse candidates.
I've done some stuff personally in the past. I'm not planning on doing that this time. And that includes, not endorsing either of the candidates. Personal note, it's, seeing Donald Trump get up after getting shot in the face and pump his fist in the air with the American flag is one of the most badass things I've ever seen in my life.
But proximity to power is its own message. And when billions of people scroll his feeds, it blurs the lines between commentary and influence. Now to the money frontier, AI superintelligence. In June 2025, Zuckerberg launched Meta's Superintelligence Labs, MSL, to build personal superintelligence for everyone.
I want to talk about our new effort, Meta Superintelligence Labs, and our vision to build personal superintelligence for everyone that helps you achieve your goals, create what you want to see in the world, be a better friend, and grow to become the person that you aspire to be.
But here's the truth. To achieve it, he ignited $1 billion hiring war. Meta invested $14.3 billion in Scale AI. He poached talents and researchers from Apple, OpenAI, Anthropic, and DeepMind. Offered salaries worth $20 million a year, and signing bonuses rumored to hit $100 million.
Meta thinks of us as their biggest competitor. They started making these giant offers to, a lot of people on our team, $100 million signing bonuses, more than that comp per year.
This is crazy.
I'm really happy that at least so far, none of our best people have decided to take them up on that.
This isn't just hiring. It's a consolidation of intellect and power to push from LLMs to self-improving systems under one flag, Meta's. Meta now markets AI as a companion embedded in devices, especially in your glasses, to keep the empire close to your eyes and ears. If operating systems were yesterday's power, Zuckerberg wants to own consciousness itself. During the pandemic in 2020, Zuckerberg said government officials pressured Meta to remove content about the coronavirus vaccine side effects, things that were honestly true, he claimed.
It was during the Biden administration when they were trying to roll out the vaccine program. And they pushed us super hard to take down things that were true, right? I mean, they basically pushed us and said, anything that says that vaccines might have side effects, you basically need to take down.
This is the tug-of-war. Who decides what billions read, watch, and believe? The state or one man's empire? Zuckerberg's manifesto, personal superintelligence for everyone. Imagine you have this: friends that never sleep, perfect memory, instant translation, real-time creation, and AI that remembers your life. It sounds utopian, until you realize it means embedding one man's empire inside the minds of humanity. Surveillance, dependency, concentration of power. When your reality runs through Meta, who truly owns your thoughts? Now let's count the pieces. Mark Zuckerberg possesses over $200 million in land across California, DC, Hawaii, and Tahoe. A $300 million plus superyacht. $27 million in annual security. $20 million salaries. 9-figure bonuses. Billions poured into AI. And a message of personal superintelligence for everyone. Maybe this is what an empire looks like now. Not a flag on the moon. Not borders on a map, but algorithms, surveillance, and billion-dollar bets. Mark Zuckerberg isn't just building a company. He's building an empire. The only question is, at what cost? Like and subscribe for more investigative content.